Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Weekly Dose with your host, Nickihanna. As you can see, I'm in boy drag today. I am not feeling that well today, but don't worry, next week I'll definitely be up in drag. But today I have a very, very special guest with us joining today. We have Billie King on here. Say hi, Billie King.
Hi.
How are you, love?
Hanging in there.
Okay. Listen, that's all we can do. It's
Mm-hmm.
like 2020, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Except there's a light at the end of the tunnel this time, or in sight.
Insight, yes, insight. All right, we're going to recap everything. It's RuPaul's Drag Race season 13, and we're on episode 5 this week. Yay! All right, so we are finally getting to see queens go home. So last week was the ball challenge, the bag ball, which is usually one of my favorite challenges of Drag Race. I wasn't too fond of the type of ball it was, but nonetheless, we had a ball last week where we got Mick one and we had to say goodbye to Joey J, unfortunately. All right, but that's enough about Joey J. And now onto this episode. So we began the episode right off the bat with like the Candy versus Tamisha Amon aftermath from Untucked last week. What do you think of Tamisha's approach to the entire situation?
I can understand her perspective of it because it was kind of like I know Candy's like very opinionated and there's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes that personality of somebody who may not like the opinionated approach as much, that will like crash with somebody else who, and I think that's what the case with Tamisha was saying. um I'm not the type of person that'll say, I don't like some of you guys,
Mhm.
but the fact that she's at least honest about it, says more about her, because I don't think it was bad of what she said. I think a lot of drag queens say it all the time on the show. And also, we don't know what happened more behind the scenes and stuff, like what they edited out or anything. So
Mhm.
I'm not jumping on the train to be like, oh my God, that's like a bad thing to say. Like, no, because I don't know the whole story of what happened backstage.
Yeah, yeah. As you just piggyback on what you were saying, I can understand where Tamisha was coming from. I think her timing was bad. But I can understand where she's coming from. 'Cause I'm pretty honest. If I don't like you, I'm just pretty much going to tell you I don't like you. But what do you think of Candy's response throughout the entire thing, even in this episode where she's like, "All right, girl, we don't have to talk to each other. This is why you got the response." What do you think of Candy's response to this whole thing?
I think she got very angry, and in a sense, like, I think she should have walked away, give her sense to calm down. But I understand also her anger because um, I I have a complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and we are known to kind of like, if someone says something or does something that triggers us, we tend to get very angry easily. So I think Candy might be going through something, and she does talk a little bit about it in this episode, that we don't know like the full story about. And I think it's like the same with the other girls. We don't know the full story until like a little bit later on. And again, we don't know what happened. Also, what was said to Candy that might have made her, you know, get angry.
Um, See, I would have been okay. I understood I understand Candy's point of view too. I think her response was a bit too much for me. If someone says they don't care for me, I'm not going to get angry. I'm not cussing them out. I'm just like, all right, whatever. Well, fuck you too. I don't care. Like, that would have been my whole approach. I've been definitely very nonchalant about it, especially if I just met you. So when she became like really angry and just like started snapping, I was like, girl, this is you just met this person, girl. You don't have to act like this.
Yeah, she's kind of like me though, because like I want to try to get along with everybody, and I always try to see the best in people. So when someone kind of like says something like, I'm not a big fan of you, or like, I don't like this, or this. I kind of go like, oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, so we are moving into the mini challenge. The queens have to make a wallpaper look and provide commentary on it. However, the queens will work in pairs. But however, whatever queens they choose to be paired with will also be the same pairs they work with for the main challenge. Now, Got Mick won the ball last week, so because she won, she got to choose which team she would like to be on, and of course, she chose Candy Muse and Tina Burner. So everyone chose their partners, and it was like it was pretty quick, except for our last group was Elliot and Tamisha. Nobody really chose them, so they just got paired together. What are your thoughts about, kind of like being chosen last or being sort of feel like the last one, if that makes sense?
Honestly, I know that feeling all too
Yeah.
well. I was always like the last one picked or something like that. But in the end, it actually worked very well for the both of them. They were very, very funny.
Yes.
And
And they won
um
the mini challenge, so
yeah. And I
yeah.
know like Tiger King, it's like, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I was saying Tiger King jokes, like the fact that it kind of came back. I
Mhm.
was laughing. And it's weird because like last year was like really overdone and then it kind of like died out and stuff. But then unexpectedly it came back into this and I started laughing my butt off. I was just like, oh my God, we're going back to that.
Yeah, so Tamisha and Amon, I said Tamisha and Amon. Tamisha and Elliot wins the mini challenge, and then we are told about the main challenge. Now I am excited for this main challenge because I love disco. If I was not born in if I didn't grow up in the 2000s, I would have loved to grow up in the 70s. So the main challenge is a discomentary, and the queens are going to be split into groups, and they will have a certain era of disco that they must invoke. This is also sort of like a dance challenge as well.
Yeah.
Our first group is the birth of disco. We have Tina Burner, Candy Muse, and Got Mick. Our second group is disco, sexy disco. We have Tamisha and Elliot. Third group is Olivia and Utica. They are Studio 54 era of disco. And then we have group four, which is Rose and Denali, and they are disco fashion. And our last group is Simone and Lala, and they are the disco sucks.
The disco sucks.
So my two questions to you would be, um, if you had to be, if this was, if you was in Drag Race, you had the what? If you was in Drag Race, what team would you want to be on, or what era? Matter of fact, not what team, but what era of disco would you want it?
Ooh, that's a tough one because I love disco music too. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like it because I always do punk and alternative a lot, but I love that era. So that's a tough one for me. I would I'd probably be in the birth of disco part because a lot of the other segments involved props and I'm already uncoordinated enough as it is. So I think to not put that pressure on myself, I would have liked to at least be in the beginning.
I would have liked it to be in Studio 54 era of disco because that is the height of the disco era.
Yeah.
And so I have watched a bunch of documentaries on Studio 54, so that would have probably been the one I would have leaned to. Now we find out that there are many girls who cannot name three disco songs. May I ask, what is your favorite disco song?
Oh God. Probably the Bee Gees, Staying Alive.
Okay.
Like, You Should Be Dancing though is something very close and personal to my heart actually, because when not many people know about this. I've touched upon it briefly, but as a kid I used to dance. I
Mhm.
used to go to dancing school and one of the songs one year we did for tap dancing classes was You Should Be Dancing. And my mom is a huge Bee Gees fan, so that song always has a special place in my heart at least.
I speaking of Bee Gees, I actually performed that song. Not that I really wanted to, but it was like for like we was doing like music, music eras. I think it was like in maybe elementary or middle school. One of them. It was before fifth grade. I'll tell you that, before fifth grade. And I got stuck with BG Staying Alive, which I did not want. I wanted someone had a Donna Summer song. I'm like, oh, give me the girly song. Give me that song. But no, I have a shit ton of favorite disco songs. One of the ones there's so many. I can't even pick a song, but I will say a couple artists like Earth, Wind and Fire is like top notch up there.
Yes.
Earth, Wind and Fire. Who else?
ABBA.
ABBA's alright. I would say ABBA's alright.
I love ABBA.
Earth, Wind and Fire, definitely Sister Sledge. I'm trying to think. There's just so many. Maybe no, not ABBA.
Wasn't like Michael Jackson kind of like the beginning of it too?
Yeah, very Michael, like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, that era.
Yeah.
Michael, yep. All right, so we get into the main challenge and the girls are, performing. Who were your standouts?
Definitely Olivia Lux. Like, she had that energy that is very, very, very much needed when you're doing a dancing challenge. And the fact that she was nailing the moves, but she also looked like she was having fun. She was having like a lot of fun on that stage. And I just felt this huge sense of joy just watching her dance and just like looking at the judges and just dancing and everything.
I agree. Olivia was definitely a standout. The hair definitely helped. Her dress moved well. She just invoked it disco, which I loved. There was another person, another two people, but really one more other person who I thought did really, really well. Lala Ree, I thought she did very well. She did so well that I forgot Simone was even performing with her. Lala Ree and I would say Denali as well. I just hated the outfit Denali was wearing, but Denali did turn it as well. But so we say Olivia did, really well. Who do you think struggled?
I noticed that Gottmik kind of struggled a little bit. Like, it was very like she didn't know where quite to go with this, and she looked very, very nervous. But she was like, she was trying, Tamisha definitely was struggling a lot because she had what was it, and a pack on her thing. Yeah, so I felt so bad for her, just like watching her try to make sure that she's getting the moves down while also not breaking that open wound and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I actually thought she did pretty well. I was shocked. Now I didn't think now when I say well, I didn't think she did like well that she would be in the top. But I thought she did enough where she would be safe compared to some other queens. So I was kind of shocked that she was, not called for safe, and especially in the bottom too. I was like, girl.
Yeah, I was very shocked by that too.
So we get into the runway, one of my favorite parts, besides the lip sync. We get into the runway, and the category is little black dress. We're going to go by one with these hoes. All right, first up, we have Tina Burner. What are your thoughts on this Tina Burner look?
When she first came out, I was seeing like the web paint. I'm like, what does this have to do with a black dress? And then she did the reveal and it was like, oh, okay, there you go. For me, it was very Tina Burner. It was very her. Compared to some of the others, it didn't really like stand out 100% for me, but I didn't think it was like enough to get a bad review because I thought the judges' critiques for that were correct because it was, very campy and it's very Tina.
I was over it. I'm over the red white girl. This is we said little black dress, and of course you found some way to incorporate this Ronald McDonald yellow and orange scheme into the black dress. The dress itself is okay. I just wish you would have really stuck to the category and really went all out with little black.
Yeah, dress. I can understand that. I wish there was like a little bit more there as well.
Mm-hmm. And next we have Candy Muse. What did you think of her outfit?
I thought it was like I actually kind of liked it. I get like where they were coming from with it kind of being looking a little messy, especially with the makeup. But the fact that she did like, what looked like a drawing outline, especially Princess Diana's revenge dress. I thought that was really good, but the problem was I didn't know it was Princess Diana's revenge dress until she said so.
Yeah, I think the fact that the reference was important. Because I remember seeing something similar for the first time when Aja was on season 9, but it was a Lady Gaga reference. So I wasn't too much. I didn't really too much care for the reference. I did like the outfit though. I really did. I love the fact that she had the little hanger with the little mini outfit over it. Only thing I did not like was the makeup, both the makeup and the hair. It
Yeah.
was a bit. It just threw the whole outfit off. I wish she would have kind of went an updo or something like that. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it was a
Or at
bit.
least like a short hair, kind of like what Princess Diana was known for, maybe, but in like a little bit of a different color.
Hmm. And next we have Got Mick. I would say I loved it. I loved it. It was so clever.
Yeah, I did too. And like the way she was so confident and stuff, I'm just like, yeah, just go.
Mhm.
I so loved it. Um, I was, I don't know what else to say, but
Yeah.
Got Vic always surprises me and always like, makes me go, yes, yes, go, go. And I kind
All
of
right.
have a little bit of a crush on her, but that's another story.
All right. Next we have Elliot with 2 T's. Mama, this was garbage. Mm-mm.
Hold on. I don't remember what the dress looks
It,
like.
it, was- it was okay. So the outfit was not bad. It was just too plain and too simple. I'm like, girl, I could wear that. I could buy, that at a former Mills, not former Mills,
Oh yeah, it's very
plain.
red carpet. You would see at a red carpet event,
Malcolm,
maybe.
mm-mm.
But
It's so plain. I was,
yeah, it's like the fact that I had to look it up, it's like
yeah, it's not.
shows that it
All
wasn't memorable enough for me.
right, and next we have Tamisha Amon's little black dress. What do you think of hers?
It was adorable. It
I
was
hate
really adorable.
hers.
Why?
It was also too plain. I was like, oh my goodness. Um,
Yeah.
it was just too plain. If I feel like I can wear, if I feel like I can go to a store and kind of buy it offline or whatever, that's not good. So I didn't really too much care for Tamisha's either. I loved her hair and makeup, but the outfit was a no-no for me. And what about Olivia Lux?
Oh, I loved it so much. She was adorable. I
I was
loved the hair too. It was so like, the way it incorporated both. And maybe it was a little bit plain like you were saying, but it was she looked like somebody I would have hung out with at a gay bar, like would have gone up to her and been like, I love your outfit. I love the way you did your hair and everything. Like it was I'm just so in love with Olivia. Like it's not even funny.
um the hair sold it for me. The hair sold it for me, but it was crazy because they was like, this is giving very 80s. I was like, this is giving very 90s supermodel, but the hair was giving very much, that era of supermodel in the 90s. The outfit sucked. The outfit sucked. Like,
I mean,
no way.
difference of opinion, that's fine.
Yeah, I said
You
the
know.
hair, the hair sold it for me, but the outfit was a no go for me.
Mhm.
Utica, what do you think of her look?
The whole thing was fantastic because I love quirky outfits and stuff. What made me so mad was the judges being like, "Oh, we didn't see it." I'm like, "Those are long earrings. You think they would see that?"
No, I actually definitely understand obviously I'm the opposite. I definitely understood what the judges were saying. I thought like, in my notes I had like it's not a bad look. I just didn't get like what it was referencing. Like you could tell it was referencing something, but I didn't know what it was. The earrings, the problem with the earrings, yes, they are long, but so is she. She is very tall. Her hat is huge.
That's true.
You
That's
know,
true.
she has gold and black on, and then her earrings are gold and black. so everything just kind of camouflaged to where we couldn't really see the earrings. So I was like, if you want to make yourself an earring, you need your earrings to stand the hell out.
Yeah, I
But her
felt
earrings
bad.
should have been a different color.
Yeah, I felt so bad because I did like I loved it so much. It was so quirky. It was so like out of this world and stuff. And anybody who knows me knows I love that kind of stuff.
All right, and Rose, what do you think of Rose outfit?
I actually forgot her outfit too.
Yeah, so y'all gonna stop hating on, cause I don't know what's up with Philadelphia, but y'all have a thing against Rose. Y'all gonna stop hating on my girl.
I
But
love Rose too. She's adorable. And I'm just like, I'm realizing as the episode goes on, I'm like, I'm saying nice things about everybody. What the heck?
um, but I will say this: out of all the outfits Rose have ever worn on Drag Race so far, this was my least favorite.
Really?
It was my least. Just kind of like, cause first of all, my thing is with the like I understood her concept. But to me, the outfit wasn't cinched in enough. The tulle, I'm like, girl, you already did that for the tuxedo that you wore like a couple weeks ago. I was like, I wish you would have did something different.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, the
Okay, now I remember what she was wearing.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it felt I also wasn't like into the ruffles a little bit, but that's just me.
Right.
Um, but but like you said, yeah, there definitely could have been more to it.
Next we have Denali's, which I loved.
I forgot that one.
Oh, no, that
I'm
was
sorry. I have very bad photographic memory. Sometimes it just like slips away.
good. Yeah, Denali came like a spider look.
Oh, that one.
Yes,
Oh,
very.
I forgot it. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I love that one too.
I love the beating, the web beating. It was just very good.
Yeah, and the black eyes too. I
Mhm.
was just like, and the fact when she took it off and revealed like the eyes under it, that was like an amazing detail too.
Yes. And our last two girls, we have Lala Ree, which I know many people probably don't like the dress. I kind of liked the dress from the belly up. I just wish it was a gown, even though the category was little short dresses. But overall, I did like Ree's look.
Yeah, I also forgot the look. I'm sorry. I'm just like,
Mhm.
I've been like, again, I have very bad memory, so sometimes I forget the outfits sometimes.
Fine.
So it's nothing like against the girls or anything. It's just, my memory has been very bad lately, but I want to at least look at it and form my opinion on it.
I don't even know
Um,
what to it.
the first thing that came up was Raven's dress. I'm like,
Ooh, that is so shady for that. Oh my gosh. But in the meantime, let's go into our last girl on the runway. We have Simone. What do you think of Simone's look?
um, that's another one I have to look at. Um, I want to hear what your thoughts are first while I find it.
Simone's look was meh.
Meh.
I thought it was meh. I thought it was another one where the hair sold it. The hair was great. I
Oh
just
wait, now I remember because she had the braid and everything. Yeah, that was like I love the braid too.
yeah. All right, and so we get the judges, all the girls back on the stage, and we find out who are the tops and the bottoms of the week. So the tops of the week are Elliot with two T's, Olivia Lux, and Tina Burner. Which I'm going to say right now, I don't know how the hell Tina Burner was in the top. I felt like the tops should have been Olivia Lux, Denali, and Lala Ree. I don't know how Elliot and Tina got up in there, but okay, I was like, whatever. And then the bottom three, we have Tamisha Iman, Candy Muse, and Utica, which I also disagree. I think it should have been got Mick, Candy Muse, and Tina Burner. So
Yeah, I thought like the whole thing with Gottmik. I think she should have been at least safe because you could tell that she was at least trying, and the black dress and the little black dress she took literally, but it was in a creative way, and I think that's what ultimately saved her
oh,
from
yeah, the
being
outfit.
in the bottom.
Mm-hmm. So,
Um,
go ahead.
as for like who should be in the bottom, it's tough for me to say who should have been in the bottom. Like I understand why, um, kind of why Candy was in the bottom because the outfit. she was wearing, even though it was kind of 70s-ish, it didn't like stick out as much as the other girls' outfits.
I just think the whole performance of that entire group was horrible. I don't know how Tina was in the top, Candy was in the bottom, and Mick, I could see Mick being safe only because of her outfit, but nonetheless, the challenge is usually weighed more than the runway, to me, I think, and so I felt like the whole group should have just been the bottom three. I feel like Tamisha did do a fine, she did okay job. She knew her moves. There wasn't really nothing. The only thing you could clock was that she was thinking about her next move. Her face didn't have too much expression, but nonetheless, she did great, and I loved her this outfit.
Yeah, but she had to concentrate because she had to make sure that she wasn't going to get hurt.
Yeah. So, we find out that the winner is Olivia Lux. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
I agree too.
So well deserved.
Mm-hmm. And for our bottom two, we unfortunately have Tamisha Iman and Candy Muse. Now, what do you think? Now that we had, one of the most iconic untucks the previous week between Candy Muse and Tamisha, they are now facing each other in a lip sync to Blue Cottrell Hit 'em Up style.
Mm-hmm. That was like, after everything, I was like, oh, they're doing this again. They're doing like the two queens that didn't necessarily get along very well, or had a huge feud of some kind. It felt like with season 5 with Coco Montrese and Alyssa Edwards, when they pitted them against each other at the final lip sync a little bit. The only difference is with Coco and Alyssa, it was played out for the entire season. This time it was just kind of like one episode, 2 episodes, then peace. And I was so sad to see Tamisha go home, because Tamisha's been around for like a very long time in the ballroom, and the fact that and I know I'm bringing up the last episode, but in the last episode she talked about the ballroom scene and stuff. That was like huge, because when I was looking into the ballroom scene and seeing like the references RuPaul's Drag Race makes to ballroom, I was like, well, where's the acknowledgement of the ballroom scene?
Oh no, they acknowledge it. They drag and ballroom really much go hand in hand a lot of times. But do you think Candy Muse should have won that lip sync, or you think Tamisha did a better job?
I think both of them did very different takes of the song. Tamisha was more like, kind of traditional almost and stuff, but you couldn't take your eyes off her. Candy was doing more like energetic kind of thing, and like I wish she didn't like look back as much. Like I saw her a couple times like turn and look at the stage when she needed to move to a different place. And I get like, you need to see where you're going to move to a stage, but it was also kind of like a little off-putting, because I was like, I want to see you lip sync. I want to see what you're saying. But I didn't think she did a terrible job. Neither of them did.
I agree 100% with the judges. I think Candy Muse did the job in the lip sync. I personally, if I had to do this now I've heard this song before. It's a one-hit wonder in the 2000s. If I had to do this song, I would have not done it. I would have done it more so of a Tamisha way than a Candy way, but I would have definitely played up the comedy a shit ton. So, unfortunately, like you said earlier, Tamisha Iman has to sashay away, and we are down to only 10 girls. Who are your top 4 at the moment?
Oh God. Olivia Lux. Gottmik. God, it's hard because a lot of them are really good, and I'm just like thinking in my head, who do I like the most? Utica I really like too, because the quirkiness. Good God. And there's something about Lala Ree that I just like see a lot in, maybe, or Simone. either one of them.
I would say my top 4. Rose number. I actually want Rose to win. I know Philadelphia. I don't like the girl. I know I don't care. Listen, I know y'all. Everybody want to root for the black girl this season. That's fine. I rooted for the black girl last season, Jada. I'm just feeling Rose for some reason I'm just I'm feeling Rose for this season.
Yeah.
Rose, Tina Burner, because I feel like she is incensed the whole package. Olivia Lux, I would love to see Olivia Lux in the top 4, and I'm going to say Denali.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would like to see Lala Ring in the top 4, but I don't think she's going to be in the top 4. No way.
She'll at least get far, maybe.
I don't think she's going to get far. I think she's out of here, and if not next episode, the episode after that. And no, I didn't look at no spoilers, so I do not know. That's just my thoughts. But yeah, my top 4 will be Rose, Denali, Tina, and Olivia. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. So that concludes another episode of The Weekly Dose. I'm your host, Nickihanna, and thank you to our very special guest, Billie King, for coming out today.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, everyone. As you know, Weekly Dose will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, Nickihanna, on Wednesday. So catch out for new episodes. See ya.
Bye.